So I recently rewatched a little movie.
Yes.
A little cult movie called The Big Lebowski.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. The Coen Brothers movie.
Yes.
The follow-up to their breakthrough film, Fargo.
Yes.
The critically acclaimed, loved Fargo. A kind of weird, kind of quirky little comedy which does with life and death and family and murder. Yes. And then follow it up with a stoner comedy. Well,
this is similar to the other film you reviewed, Burn After Reading, because that film, it won the Best Original Screenplay Oscar, it won Best Actress. It was a big hit, the biggest thing they'd done so far, got the best reviews of their career, and then they followed it up with a silly on the outside anyway, stoner comedy.
It was, very mixed reviews when it first came out, and it's only been since people have gone back and reassessed it.
Well, it's now considered to be one of the best films of the 90s.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah. And it's one of the biggest cult phenomenons of all time.
Yes.
Lebowski Fest. Yeah. Where people dress up as the characters, they quote the lines, and it's a huge film now. And
yes.
Its status as a classic is fairly justified in my opinion. I loved it. I absolutely loved my rewatch of Big Lebowski.
Yes.
So if you don't know the story is of the dude.
Yes.
That's what some people call him, the dude. And some guys piss on his rug.
Yes.
Because they think he's Jeff Lebowski.
He's also Jeff Lebowski.
Yeah. But the other Jeff Lebowski, the old Jeff Lebowski, is aka the Big Lebowski. He's like an old rich millionaire. Yes. So these guys come in, they piss on his rug, and the dude demands retribution. He wants a replacement for his rug.
Yes.
And as it turns out, it's a huge web of intrigue because
what happens is that so it's a really elaborate. It's purposefully convoluted.
It's the film that Inherent Vice tried to be,
but it's not as good as Inherent Vice. Inherent Vice is a better film.
I think Big Lebowski is a better film.
I prefer Inherent Vice. But anyway, So the plot of the Big Lebowski is that they think that Jeff Lebowski is the other Jeff Lebowski. What they've done is that then Jeff Lebowski, old Lebowski, the Big Lebowski's girlfriend, played by Tara Reid, goes missing. They've kidnapped her because he's not paid them the money.
That's it, yeah.
And the dude is brought in to be a detective in a sense.
Yeah. He's meant to do like a drop off.
Yes, he's meant to do a money drop off.
Yeah.
That goes wrong because the old Lebowski, the Big Lebowski, hasn't actually put any money in there. Basically, everyone is playing against everyone else. It's a very Raymond Chandler-esque. The plot is incredibly convoluted. You probably won't even understand the plot the first time you watch it.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. The film's more about other things.
Yes, other things.
The difference between this and Inherent Vice is the plot in this is actually you're able to work it out.
You can follow it. Yeah.
Yes.
And even if the plot is convoluted, you're not following individual scenes.
Yes.
Makes sense.
I will admit that this film has a better lead than Inherent Vice.
Dude.
The dude is one of the great cinema creations.
He's brilliant. Oh yeah.
Yes.
And see, my other favourite character is the one that John Goodman plays his friend.
Oh yeah.
What's that character called?
Johnny or something.
No, it's no, because then there's this Steve Buscemi who's called Donnie. Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
Yes.
I forgot his name, but yeah, he plays an ex-Vietnam vet. I don't think not Steve Buscemi, but John Goodman. He's an ex-Vietnam vet. I don't think he was in Vietnam, and he's insane. He's crazy.
Do you know, by the way, just to hijack it for a minute, this film features one of the craziest coincidences of all time. The film is set in 1991, right? And there's a scene where, you know, the dude needs to pay for the milk.
Oh yeah,
that's a check, right? The check is for $9.11, and is set for 10 years for September 11.
Oh my god!
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
That's weird.
And this film was obviously out in 1998.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you freeze it, I think it says $9.11. It definitely cashes in on September 11, 2001.
Oh my god!
I know, it's weird, that, isn't it?
That's weird.
Yes.
Yeah. So the film is filled with brilliant scenes and moments and witty lines, and the film is really, I think, all about male identity.
Yes.
So someone like the dude is not a traditional masculine figure. He's lazy. He doesn't do anything.
Doesn't provide. Has no family at all.
You've got his friend played by John Goodman who puts on a big show about being like, I'm an ex-Vietnam soldier, but he really is just he's a bit pathetic, really.
Yes.
He just lives in the past and plays up that element. And then you've got Steve Buscemi as Donnie, who's just, everyone hates him, everyone just ignores him.
But he just barely speaks. Do you know that he wrote this role intentionally for Steve Buscemi after he spoke so much in Fargo?
Really?
Yeah, because he's a motor mouth. So they thought it'd be funny to cast him as someone who has no lines.
What is it that Lennon said? I am the walrus. No, what did he say now? I am the walrus. Shut the fuck up, Tommy. It's Lennon is in Russian land. I love that.
Yes.
But like every single line is just quotable.
Yes.
And then so the other male characters, you've got the Big Lebowski himself, who is bound in a wheelchair. You know, he talks about at one point he says, you know, what makes a man? And he does all this deep philosophical thing, and the dude is like, well, then a pair of testicles between your legs.
We've got Philip Seymour Hoffman playing a very camp figure.
I'll suck your cock for $1. Oh, she's an outgoing one, isn't she? I mean, like
you've got Jesus,
played by John Turturro, who's like a sex offender.
Yes, a child molester.
Yes. Yeah. But he didn't molest any children. All he did was he just exposed himself in front of a street full of 8-year-olds. So all the males in the film are essentially emasculated, but not active, but not traditional male roles.
Yes.
And the opening narration, while rambling, does give a clue to what the film is all really about. He says, you know, the dude, he's the man for like our times. He's the man for the 90s.
Yes.
And you can read into that what you will.
Yes.
Post-boomer generation. There's a lot of depth to the film, which is what I really like about it. It's incredibly funny. And you could watch it as just a kind of crazy stoner comedy about this lazy bum. But then you can also watch it as being this kind of really deep, insightful look at males in the 90s and onwards, post-war generation.
Oh, I was going to say, I was actually slightly wrong with the check, right? What happens is he does the check for September... This is even crazier. September 11, 2001. Then he looks up at a screen which is playing a broadcast of Saddam Hussein from the
Gulf War.
Yes.
Yeah.
There must be something to do with the Gulf War in the film though, because there's no reason to say in 1991 other than that.
Yeah.
Because the film came out obviously in 1997, 1998.
Yeah.
So that kind of period. So there's no other reason to say in 1991 other than that.
It's almost just a kind of like set it so the characters are like, they don't really react to it at all.
Yeah.
You know, like for them the war is just a very distant thing they're not involved in. They're only involved in their bowling. Yes. And obviously you compare that to something like a World War II generation where it was all like, gotta go defeat Hitler.
Or his beloved Vietnam.
Yeah. My favourite scene of the film is, spoilers, Donnie has a heart attack.
That's brilliant, yeah.
This happens after the scene where the nihilists burn down the dude's car. Donnie has a heart attack off screen. You know there's something up though, because Donnie doesn't get a strike, he misses one, and he's like, oh no. You know it's an indication there's something wrong. But he has like a heart attack. And then John Goodman, like he's doing his eulogy to him, and they've got his ashes. I know, but that's it. They don't want to fork out for paying for his urn. So he has, can we just put it in a plastic bag or something? We got a little box here, we put it in a little cardboard box. And he's like, no. So they buy this urn. They assume his last wishes, because we don't know, they assume his last wishes are to have his ashes scattered by the Pacific Ocean. And then he turns Donnie's eulogy into a eulogy about Vietnam.
That is brilliant. The whole film is just a stunning work. I'm trying to think, because I haven't watched it for a while now.
Oh, I've really rewatched it.
Yes, I've watched it about 5 times or something.
Yeah. Is it Julianne Moore who plays the feminist?
Oh yes.
The Big Lebowski's daughter. Yeah. She's a lot of fun as well.
Yes.
And it's David Thewlis who plays like the weird friend of Julianne Moore.
Yes.
He's like, yeah. We stop fucking doing that. A lot of people say my work is vaginal, which puts a lot of men off. Just the word vagina is enough to disturb a man.
Yeah. I love the fake porn film in it,
Log jamming.
Yes.
Yeah.
Peter's guard comes. He's like, "You want me to put it in? No."
Yeah.
Yes.
And then she's like, "The plot is completely ludicrous. The acting is dreadful."
Every single scene in this film is just. I think this is the greatest comedy ever made.
Possibly, yeah.
Because it's hilarious. It's deep. It looks amazing. Every single character is brilliant. It's just and it's. I think it also has one of the best screenplays of all time.
Oh, absolutely, definitely, yeah.
I mean, there's just great quotable line after another.
The dude bites.
It really held the room together.
Oh yeah, it really just held the room together.
Yes.
They also popularised the White Russian as a drink.
Yeah.
Which in the film is kind of just like vodka and milk and kind of something else.
Yes.
It's meant to be like just like a lazy man's thing. And his hatred of the Eagles. Which I think is really
Fuck
funny.
the Eagles.
Fucking hate the Eagles.
Yeah.
I mean, like, they rob the dude's car, but we leave everything but his Creedence tapes, which I think's really funny.
Yes.
It's just Creedence. It's just all the little details that I think just really work about the film.
I mean, this film had almost, at the time, I think it felt tossed off. Because it only came out a year after Fargo.
Yeah.
Possibly even less.
Yeah.
So people must have thought, it's a stupid stoner comedy they threw together.
Yeah.
But no, it's an amazing film.
Like,
Jeff Bridges I think Jeff Bridges is one of the best actors of all time.
Mm.
If you watch, he's in a lot of great cult films.
Yeah.
Ever seen Cutter's Way?
I've not, no.
Cutter's Way is one of my favourite films. No one's heard of it.
I've never heard of it.
Yes, but Jeff Bridges is stunning in this film.
He was in the classic Heaven's Gate.
Heaven's Gate is a classic. It's a great film.
The first half is classic.
The first half is classic, yes.
Before it descends into, misogyny.
Misogynistic rape.
Yes.
But he's in The Fisher King, the Terry Gilliam film.
Not seen that.
Great film.
I've seen him in True Grit.
True Grit, yeah.
And he's great in True Grit. He's better than John Wayne in the same role.
Yes.
Rooster Cogburn.
He's in the film Tron.
Oh yes, he is, yeah.
Really varied, great career he's had.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I think The Dude is probably his best and most iconic role.
Yes.
I just love all the characters. Like, it's a film you can watch time and time again, and you can never get bored of it.
Yes.
Like, you're gonna see something new every single time. The plot's gonna make a little bit more sense to you, but at the same time, it's gonna throw up like loads of other questions.
Yes. One of my favourite shots in this film, actually, which I don't know my favourite scene is. I just remembered this now. Is the one where he gets knocked out and he has the weird dream.
Oh yeah.
The bit before that is like a naked woman on a trampoline.
Oh
and
yeah.
Slowly pulls. It's an amazing shot.
Yeah.
It just starts with like boing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you've not seen The Big Lebowski, you should have switched our review off instantly the minute it loaded up.
Yes.
Thank you for the review, but you should have just switched it off and.
Yes, you should have watched even if you've seen it before, you should have watched it again.
Yeah.
Any excuse to watch that film is just.
It should have taken. It's a masterpiece.
It's a 10 out of 10.
Easy.
All about, and it's so deep as well. It's endlessly debatable.
Yeah.
As well.
People have their own ideas about what the film's about.
Yes.
Yeah. People see like the dude's dream as being worry of being emasculated. Like they come up with like a huge pair of scissors, and people talk about dicks all the time in the film, and you just look into it any way you want, which is what I like about the film.
Yes.
It's what I like about Coen Brothers films, because obviously the actual plot is quite confusing, but the basic story is just the dude wants to get his rug back. He wants compensation for his rug, and like I've said before, the Coen Brothers, simple story, endless depth, both in the filmmaking and the themes and the characters. Which makes it you want to rewatch them.
Yes.
So yeah, if you've not seen The Big Lebowski, watch it. It's a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Where do you put it in the Coen filmography?
After my rewatch, very high.
Yes, I think it's in the top 5. I don't think it's as good as No Country, Inside Llewyn Davis, or Serious Man. But other than that, I don't know. I like Miller's Crossing a lot.
I don't see it. I've not seen it.
Miller's Crossing is great, and I don't think it's as good as Blood Simple. But I was thinking about 6 or 7.
For me,
great classic.
For me, it ranks behind only A Simple Man, a serious story.
Even better than A Serious Man.
A Serious Man, yes, yeah.
Even better than No Country.
I think so, yeah. On my rewatch. But then again, I've not seen No Country for years, so I might change my mind.
Yes.
But those three kind of wrangle for the top. But Big Lebowski is really high for me.
Yes. It's one of my favourite films. It would be in my top 50, and it's not even there. I think it's like 6 or 7, so that's how high their filmography is.
It'd be the same for me as well, yeah. It's definitely my top favourite films.
Yes.
So if you've not seen it, we can't recommend it enough, really.
No, go watch it. It's one of the classics of cinema.
Cinema.